Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Talking Shit with your boy, the sophisticated jerk and the manic genius. So,
Yo.
Manic Man, break down this clip that you found for us.
Okay, so I found a really interesting clip, and uh, if I go too much into it, it's just already going to expose it. So I'll just summarize it like this: It's an interesting clip. I've never seen this woman before, but she does an excellent job of breaking down common sense, and she does an excellent, and she puts her own spin on it, and it's what a lot of I'm not the biggest fan of the red pill community, but I do respect, when they speak truth. And this young lady in this clip is speaking straight facts. And it's funny because sometimes you have to fight, you know, fire with fire. And she really just exposes women. So without further ado, drop the clip, man.
No, okay.
This is the exposure right here.
All right.
Women's power is truly unmatched because the way y'all got on the internet and changed the word of provider to a trick, it's gotta be top 10 most dastardly things I've ever seen on the internet. Like asking a man to be a provider and he's not your husband has to be the great, like top 10 craziest things I've ever heard. Cause you really just want this man to pay your bills, and y'all are gonna come up with words to trick men into thinking that if they're not doing this for you, they're not even a man. Then when somebody brought up the logical fallacy, like it's plenty of men, or men was like, I make money, I'm not spending money on you. Y'all changed it to, but I want a provider, generous, kind, giving, non-stingy man.
Moving the
Nothing worse than a
goalpost.
stingy man. Like, and it's crazy as women came up with the word mansplaining as if women are the definition of, like, I guess you have to now call it womansplaining. Like women literally change the definitions of what stuff is. Like before, if you go look at the dictionary of a narcissist or somebody with narcissism, this is something with people in like 1% of the population. Women change the word narcissist to anybody that they don't agree with. Anybody with self-confidence. Anybody that don't put up with bull crap. He a narcissist now. I have to say,
Exposed.
women's
Yeah. This is definitely one of my favorite clips. Yeah. Because this clip is not so impressive because it sheds any new light, but she does an excellent job of summarizing it and getting straight to the point. So, there's hour-long YouTube podcast panels where they're having this exact same conversation and they're saying it's a lot of it times it's in the red pill space. So, I'll give them credit. They're saying all of these very things, but the way that she wrapped it up so concisely and like straight to the point. And then her emotions with it and stuff like that. She made it very entertaining and it was all factual. There was no like opinion in it. It was just her observation. And I couldn't agree with her more.
Yeah, before I start breaking it down, first of all, we're going to give ourselves some damn props because we was the only ones pushing back on that whole provider shit for the longest.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason I did like this clip, because, man, we've been having conversations about this shit for like a minute now. And it's just like, man, a lot of people perversed what, a provider is. It turned into like she said, some trick shit where it's just like, even if your woman working, dudes are just like, oh man, it's her money. I don't care about that. It's just like everything's got to be over the top. This like masculine is just stupid now. Like you got to be a dumb dude just to be masculine. And it's just like, so we don't pay down our debt on our house or nothing. Like we're both working and we both got the capability to work and we could like we said on numerous things, man, we could excel. So now it's just like, oh, push the burden on that guy. And like we said, it was just one other podcast because somebody just brought it up to me yesterday. They was like, man, it was hilarious. But the one time I was saying, I was just like, a lot of them dudes that, like you said, they manipulated the word provider for those guys were the guys that they didn't like. And then the sad thing is, it's just like they're trying to give the husband the worst deal ever. Because if we're gonna be honest, man, like most people ain't wait until they get married. So it's like you was with dudes that was like busting it down, not paying any bills, and now you're coming to your husband like, hey, take on all this burden when you should be giving him the best deal. You should be working with him to like push the house up. You know what I'm saying? Working with him, elevating the whole house. So it's like, nah, take on this burden now. Like, even though ain't nobody else got that shitty deal, it's like you take it on. So now she pointed it out. She's like, nah, you guys are, manipulative. You're trying to push the word. You don't change the word what a provider is, and then it's just like when guys like us, we're like, we ain't fucking taking that deal. I'm sorry. You're gonna come here. You're gonna pay half these bills. I don't give a shit. Oh well, I'm not gonna be no roommate. Well, kick rocks, because you coming with me, you're gonna be a fucking roommate then. Like, if being an adult is a roommate and contributing to your household, take that shit on. So more and more guys are waking up and they're just like, whatever manipulation tactics you trying to do, keep it pushing. I'm not falling for that nonsense. But like you said, there's a portion of guys that fall for it. And like we was watching the one video with the one lawyer was breaking down the type of women that like come the most aggressive in divorce court. Those are going to be the same ones. The women that are trying to manipulate you up front, it'd be like, oh, a masculine man would do this and this. That's the one that's going to be the most aggressive in divorce court. That's going to clean your ass out. And like I said on the last one, I was like, the word you're never going to hear in divorce court is he was a great leader. Like they pitch you in the front, like a great leader would do all this. A masculine man would do this. That never comes up in divorce court. Even though you was holding it down, you was busting your ass, you're not going to hear that shit in there. So,
and on top of that, they were giving you praise the whole time you were doing it. They were calling you a masculine man. They were calling you a leader. Oh, you're a provider. You're such a strong man.
Yeah.
Let divorce court hit. All that's going to go away. He was never there for me emotionally. He didn't appreciate me. You're going to get all of that. So y'all provider guys, be careful. Don't piss your boss off, or
you say your boss.
You might get fired, and your boss will take half your shit, because that's who you're working for.
Not facts.
Well,
no, but definitely, man, that was such a great clip, man, because she captured it, and I like how she pointed out the narcissism. Because that's another thing. Like, oh, you're a narcissist. I'm like, man, how the hell you know the definition? That's why I was telling you that one day we were talking about it the other day. I was like, hey, man, I think like any person that uses the word like manipulation in an argument or narcissism is actually the narcissist and the person that's manipulative, because that means like looking up the words, trying to figure out themselves. They're like, damn, why am I up? Manipulation. That's what I do a lot, but let me project that shit on everybody else. I'm a narcissist. Let me project that on everybody else.
It's like, oh, wait a minute. Let me not address what is actually being discussed here. Oh, gaslighting. I'm being gaslit right now because this person's not telling me I'm right.
Oh no, facts, man. Nah, they know how to spin everything, man. So I'm telling you, they like spent numerous like Google searches trying to figure out themselves, and that's what them words popped up when they were like self-centered, self-inflated ego. All that stuff came back, and it was like narcissism. It was manipulation. They're like, oh shit. Yeah, I learned these new words. Let me use this on everybody else to get my way. so low key, they were doing that therapy on themselves, and they stumbled across some words. And was like, you know what? I'm gonna pin this shit on like everybody else, versus like trying to fix myself and shit so I can get my way. So yeah, homegirl, like we find her Cash App. I'm loading her up because she broke that down, man. It was precise, and she was calling that shit out. She was like, man, y'all done perverse the word. Y'all done tweaked it like this. Like, well, a good guy. She added the adjectives in there. So I like that. It's like she was calling out all their playbooks. I know they pissed off at her.
Yeah. She gonna get canceled next.
yeah. She up out of there.
What do they
like, look?
What do they call women who tell the truth? Oh, you're a pick me.
Yeah. They're gonna call her pick me or mammy or some shit.
You're not
whatever name.
Sister code.
Yeah,
which is like, they're like trick these dudes and get money. Take advantage. That's not no sister code. That's just a broke mentality code. Lazy.
Code. It is, man. Broke code, man. That's all it is. But hey, we're not gonna stay too long on this one. We just definitely wanted to hit this one. She did an excellent job breaking it down. So any part words, Manic?
Yeah, yeah, just have the awareness as a person with resources, or even if you don't have the resources yet and you're working on yourself and working on developing those resources, have the awareness of what's out here, because the world is beautiful, but there is an evil side to it. And when you don't have awareness, you can go into situations blindly and be taken advantage of.
Yeah. No, great take.
Keep your head.
Yeah, no, my part in words is like, stop taking these bad deals, man. Like, masculinity is not, don't let people manipulate masculinity. Masculinity is what you do for yourself to build yourself up as a man, to keep yourself grounded, and you start hitting them goals. That's what masculinity is. Masculinity ain't taking a shitty deal and having a female dictate your terms for you. So when you hear a female, if she's coming to you, is like, oh, well, a leader and a masculine man, just run from her. She's trying to use a manipulation tactic. That ain't masculine if she's dictating them terms for you. So if you're a guy, you accept that deal, like Manic said, that's your boss. You that's your leader. You're not in a leadership capacity in that. Now, if you come to a female and you're like, hey, I want to do this, I want you to take care, y'all decide to take care of the kids, that's fine and dandy. But somebody's dictating and they're calling out the shots, like trying to tell you what a masculine man is and isn't, and she ain't even taking her ass to work. Like, man, shut that down. Just sidestep that one. I'm telling you, it's going to save you a lot of money and headache in the long run.
And time, which you can never get back.
Nah, facts. But all right, y'all. Peace. Keep hitting us up with these breakdowns, man. People loading us up with clips. So, all right, y'all. Take care. Peace.